All right, Ms. Swenson, if you'd like to share with the committee, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Haley Swenson, and I stand before you today not only as a survivor, but as a representative of other survivors all across the state of Georgia whose story is just like mine. Adult clergy sexual abuse is real. It does not begin with force. It begins with trust. A pastor, a mentor, a person with spiritual authority who's saying, you can trust me. This is God's will, all while violating you at the same time. Survivors are often seeking faith, guidance, belonging, or healing. But authority is used to groom. Scripture is twisted to justify. Isolation is normalized, and boundaries are slowly eroded. And all what feels confusing and violating is being told that this is obedience to God. This is not consent. This is coercion through power. So when a clergy member uses spiritual authority to obtain sexual access, the power differential alone eliminates the possibility of free consent. So I'm going to read that one more time. When a clergy member uses spiritual authority to obtain sexual access, the power differential alone eliminates the possibility of free consent. 14 states have already recognized this reality in criminal law. Georgia does not. Natural trauma responses such as freezing, shutting down, being confused can be difficult to translate to a jury and can be interpreted as consensual, especially when it involves a power imbalance, manipulation, and spiritual abuse. Factors that are often just as heinous as a physical force. In my scenario, with a vice president of a Christian institution, with over 300 emails from the perpetrator that align with my story, all to say, this is not about my case. This is a pattern we continue to encounter. And as my team, who's behind me, and I meet with survivors across our state, many of them complete strangers, we hear the same story. It's the same grooming. It's the same targeting. It's the same power imbalance. It's the same manipulation. It's the same, this is God's will for your life. It's the same. The same silence. This is not an isolated thing to just me. It is systematic. So after finding the courage to finally come forward on my behalf, I was left realizing there's actually no clear path to justice. This is why many survivors never report it. This is why many perpetrators continue to do what they do. This is why the law must change. Silence protects systems, but the law is supposed to protect people. This bill does not attack faith or religious institutions. It establishes accountability when spiritual authority is used for exploitation. I want to express my deepest thanks to Senator Robertson and the co-sponsors of SB 542 for their leadership, their courage, and their steadfast commitment to advancing this legislation. Your willingness to stand up for this issue and move it forward has already made a meaningful difference. I respectfully urge you not only to continue your support, but to actively leverage your influence with your colleagues in the Senate, members of the House, with the governor's office to ensure that SB 542 reaches the finish line this session. The need is urgent. The stakes are high, and any delay would be demoralizing for survivors who've already suffered so much. So members of the Senate, this is about power and consent. It's about aligning Georgia with other national practices. And it's about ensuring that no future survivor is ever told that their violation is just God's will. And I urge you to pass this bill for survivors of the past, for those suffering in silence today, and for those who we still have time to protect. Thank you.
Ms. Swenson, you thanked the sponsors for their courage. I thank you for your courage, because we would not have bills like this without people like you being willing to share your story. And I can't imagine how hard it is to have to share your story. But unfortunately, sometimes it's necessary to pass meaningful legislation. So thank you for being so brave and stepping up like you are doing this evening.
Chairman, can I say something? I just want to say, you told me thank you, but the people behind me have been fighting this path for a long time, and we just happened to connect paths, so I just want to tell them thank you.
We thank them as well. You do have